Welcome back to the Gold League for World of Tanks. I'm Clutch, joined by Rookhill. We're about to jump into our final match of the night, but before we do that, put your bets in now. Who can do it? Refuse to Die versus Hammer Time. As a reminder, the top point winner at the end of Season 3 will be taking home a Type 59 tank, a premium tank that is no longer available on the store. How we got one, you don't want to know, but we got it, and we're giving it out.
We have connections, Clutch.
We do. Many. We also have been giving out some codes tonight, and we have another code for somebody named Chris. And he sent this over to producer Sean, along with WGLNA. It says, you need to see this. And he sent a Imgur. I already clicked the link, so make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
This is Fulcrum.
That's Crisis. Crisis did this, didn't he? Yes, he did. That Chris's Crisis. Beautiful.
What am I looking at?
Don't you recognize?
What is this? Oh, I recognize Fulcrum Gaming.
Dude,
Wow.
it's Full House, man.
Wow.
Do you not recognize Full House?
Well, clearly not with these faces. No, I don't. But
come on, you got to recognize bottom line.
oh, okay.
That's what it is.
I get it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was like, I needed to show you, because, yeah, it's just, it's great.
Well, very nice work. We'll go ahead and send you a code, Chris. That was nuts. So next up, we have Refuse to Die versus Hammer Time. And Refuse to Die has, go and check my notes here real quick. They have a win against No Limit and a loss against Top Tier, team that we just saw win against Nerve. And Hammer Time so far, I have them as undefeated.
Yeah,
taking down
they
Nerve,
have,
No
they're
Limit, and
3-0.
Springlords.
Well played.
Nice.
They're a strong team this season. High expectations for them. At this point, I mean, think about it. Refuse to Die versus Hammer Time. Hammer Time's got to be feeling pretty good. Refuse to Die, probably not in quite as good a place.
A little tough. But we always want to hear from the team captains in our face-off. Let's jump into it for battle number 5. Refuse to Die versus Hammer Time. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Did one
Good
of the
evening, how you
kittens, one of the kittens, escape from one of your bags there, bag of kittens?
Yeah, it was a very quick kitten.
All right, Hammer Time, start with you. No losses so far. I'm sure you're feeling pretty good jumping into game number 4 for your team. You don't want to get too cocky, though. What have you been doing over the weekend in order to prepare, over the week, I should say, to prepare for this matchup against Refuse to Die?
This last week, we just really had in-house stuff, trying to work on a few different maneuvers and stuff to do as a group. Really, we didn't do any scrims against other teams this week. I watched some of their replays, but not all of them. I should have watched more, but that's pretty much it.
And Refuse to Die, with your victory against No Limit, you had Urtai deal over 3,000 damage in an IS-3. What type of role does Urtai fulfill in the team? And I don't mean just being a tanker, but I mean as the team dynamic. Like, is he really excited when he wins, or is he just kind of calm and even keel?
That Airtie's not on our team.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got that note wrong.
Yeah, I was looking.
No, I
I
was
was kinda
against
like,
you guys. When you,
Oh, well,
sorry, I apologize. I'm
when
jumping over-
Urtai
when
does 3,000
when
damage
Urtai
against you guys.
unloaded on you guys.
Yes.
The question I was meant was for the shootout. The shootout
Yeah.
where you guys split your Yag Tigers. Tell me about that. Why did you choose that scenario?
We had kind of been toying around with the ideas. We hadn't done shootout since we lost in the Season 2 quals to Vorbild line, I think it was. And we knew that the standard meta of just making this giant V shape, not only was it really boring, but it was really inefficient. And we were just staying up one night, and I'm like, why don't we just split stuff? I know Rue mentioned he might have said something last season, and frankly, we didn't hear it. We were just kind of like, wow, this makes perfectly, makes logical sense. If you get, 2 angles of fire coming in, we actually didn't use, I think, but maybe like 10 HE rounds the entire match. We were firing AP the entire time and getting penetrating shots, most of it too. So.
Yeah, well, it worked effectively, and there was a bit of a confusion that had happened during that series. But with that shootout win, it's a little bit tough because you have 1 point instead of 3. Did you feel as a team you deserved those 3 points, or after all the smoke cleared of the confusion, you knew what you had to do for the shootout and you're able to get it? Because it took a long time to set up the shootout. When I was
Sure. I certainly wouldn't say that we deserved 3 points. I think we deserved the 1 point. You know, we came to the shootout with a new idea, and it worked. It paid off for us. But, you know, No Limit played that really well, and I think on both sides there were matches where it could have gone one way or the other, where, you know, it looked like it was going in our favor, and then it would just suddenly tip to theirs. So I think we got what we deserved, and, you know, I'm just hoping to improve upon it in the future. So
If you do face No Limit again, it was Urtai No Limit that did the 3,000 damage. How much vengeance do you want against him?
Oh, man. Well, you know, No Limit's always been a team, you know, even going back to when they were Scurry Hard, it's kind of been a love-hate relationship between the two teams. So, I mean, anytime we get to play him, it's going to be a fun matchup. So I don't know necessarily about vengeance against Urtai. Perhaps we should recruit him, since apparently he did 3,000 damage for our team.
Well, I have that in that engagement. I had that as a glaring note, and I was looking at it, and I was thinking, oh, I got to ask about this. And I put down, it's No Limit. And so when I saw it, I went, oh, I got to ask this question. So I apologize about that, my friend.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we do 5 matches a night, so something starts to blur together. But Dry Knits, Hammer Time, you guys want to stay undefeated. This could be a tough matchup. Any words for Bag of Kittens before we start?
We're not going to a shootout.
Oh,
Snapple.
Bag of Kittens, any reply?
I would say we're not planning on going to a shootout either, but
Good.
Yeah.
All right, Hammer Time, you have the higher seed. Heads or tails in the coin flip?
Tails.
Has failed every time.
It's heads. Refuse to die. You get map choice or defer.
Kittens knows, man.
Yeah, we're going to take Abby.
Abby.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
We will play south.
Southside Abby for Hammer Time. North will be Refuse to Die. Thanks, gentlemen, for joining us, and best of luck.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thank you.
You know that moment where you write down so much stuff and then you make a mistake?
Yes.
And you're like, I'm so copious, and I look at everything 2 or 3 times.
Most of my
And I'm
notes in
like-
college.
I'm like, oh, man, how did I miss her time? No Limit. I apologize profusely, guys. But that was a very big engagement when he did over 3,000 damage in an IS-3.
Yeah, that happens.
That was
We've
huge.
seen a 5100 do
That was
3K something damage today. Sometimes you just do 3K damage.
But the
Hero
reason
mode.
I wanted to ask that question for No Limit is when you're in a battle and you do a lot of damage, you perform very well. It's almost like that oh, I'm sorry, there's a mic here. It's like that Star Wars quote from Han Solo. It's like, great kid, don't get cocky. Because when you get cocky, you get overzealous, you get overconfident, and you start making mistakes.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to see what kind of personality type Urtai is in that type of scenario. But I'll have to ask him when I ask the right team.
You know, when Hans said don't get cocky, I was always like, he's sitting in a chair. What's he going to do?
It's like, yeah, just shoot
it's like,
everywhere, you
it's
know?
like, great, you're shooting everywhere. That's exactly what you should be doing. Shoot things.
Gotta pinpoint your shots, man.
Well, I mean, you know,
Computer can't do everything for you.
he turns off his targeting computer.
Exactly.
He doesn't need it.
Exactly right.
He's Luke Martyr flipping Skywalker.
Did you ever see the Red Letter Media take on Star Wars, the prequels?
The like super long one.
Yeah, that
Wait.
he dissected all the prequels,
Yeah.
what was wrong with them.
There's
My
a lot wrong with the
My,
prequels.
my
guys.
favorite instance of this, and this comes down to any type of technology, even in warfare, you know. Machines, vehicles, technology, it still takes men behind them to command it. And the type of parallel he was drawing was the filmmaker George Lucas, who's an incredible filmmaker, but relied too much on technology in order to tell a story. He didn't have character development, he didn't have good dialogue, and that's why the prequels fell apart. And so he spliced together Luke in the targeting computer, where he was about to launch the proton torpedoes into that duct in the Death Star, but he took off the technology, turned it off in order to focus on his feelings. And he was making the juxtaposition reasoning behind George Lucas turning off the technology and let the feelings flow through the characters. Really beautiful series dissecting what was wrong with the prequels of Star
So real
Wars.
simple, Clutch.
Obviously, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so
Good actors make good movie,
yes,
and then good actors plus good everything else make good movie.
that's right.
too much bad thing bad.
You shouldn't rely on special effects and technology to drive your story. It's the human emotion and characters that drive a story.
It's so simple, Clutch.
It,
It's so
I went to college for this. Am I the only one who gets this? Sometimes I feel that way.
We all get it, Clutch. We all hated the prequels.
Uh,
And no one should have let George Lucas do that.
Well, it also comes down to two. If you guys are creating anything in your life, if you're creating something, you want to have people around you that can say no to your ideas and say, listen, that's not going to work. This is why. That happened with the producers of the original Star Wars. I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, but he was a big reason why the original Star Wars trilogy was such a success, is because he would say, that's not going to work. This will work. It's art through adversity. You take people around you to create something that amazing. It's not just one person.
And then when you put that one person in charge and no one says no,
No one
get the
says no.
prequels.
That's what happens, guys. All right, enough with the prequel bashing. It's time for some World of Tanks. Let's jump into Abby. Refuse to Die versus Hammer Time, battle number 1.
Taking a look at the tanks, we see two 5100s, an STA-1, and two 1390s for the side Refuse to Die in the blue. In the red, Hammer Time will bring two 5100s, a Pershing, two 1390s, and Overlord Prime will be in a low tractor, so be on the lookout for him.
I feel like I just gave a college lecture.
You did.
3 seconds left to go before we start this.
You
Thanks
gave it-
for...
You were much faster than any of my other professors.
I know.
are.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, for the World of Tanks. And if you stayed through all 5 matches, thank you so much. The more matches you watch, the more bets you can put in before we get it underway. And we probably have one more gold code to give out tonight, so make sure to send tweets of your favorite team, which team you're rooting for, at WGLNA. If we like it enough, we'll read it on the screen. Now, this is a map I have been vocal about that we see a lot of draws or very slow engagements.
Well, I don't think we're going to have a draw here.
I don't think so
Because
either.
we're going to have a very quick engagement. World War II Fanatic is going, well, he's going straight down the middle. He is going deep. And he will find Overlord Prime in the low tractor. Overlord Prime tries to find cover as quickly as he can. Bag of Kittens is also going as far south as possible. They're going to flank, and they've predicted perfectly an 8-line move. With this, if Hammer Time doesn't just keep going forward, they're going to be in a bad place. Yeah, because here are Anubis and Colonel Angus to punish them for pushing forward. They focus down Zazzy down to 200, down to almost dead. Anubis will take him down. Now Colonel Angus doesn't back off the cliff. Anubis will, though.
Anubis says, come at me, I'm going to get away. And the 5100 is going to arc up, but he's not going to have good enough gun elevation. He does. Yeah, I thought he wasn't going to get that shot, but he is against the first shank.
Just barely. It's because Photo Finish played that aggressively. Now into the backfield, actually, will be two 1390s. A Bag of Kittens, a World War II Fanatic. They're now walking into a firing line, though, because World War II Fanatic just evaporates. And now a Bag of Kittens will evaporate into just tank dust and death. Poor Bag of Kittens. Now Anubis, all alone, to the north. Valkyrie Vewas didn't even get in the fight. Poor guy.
Dry knits, untouched in the 5100. And Anubis. Ooh,
There's
still
a way
gonna
out,
stay down
Anubis. That's not the way out, though.
there. What, drowning?
Well, that's a way.
Cyanide pills?
That's one way,
Those are,
I guess.
those are two. I would choose either
These
of those.
5100s, though. Anubis, I hope he's reloaded. He could be messing up this Pershing right now. Yeah, and he will. Except if he misses, then he's not missing, and he misses again.
It's going to be tough. Photo finish in the
Oh,
Pershing.
gosh.
Pushing up against Valkyrie Viewers in the STA. STA looks like it was a bounce out the Pershing. Pershing coming to the left side. Turning around the corner, another shot. Looks like one on the dry nets. But Photo finish takes a big hit, though. Valkyrie Viewers staying alive in the STA. NYPD coming in for the surround. Only 2 tanks left alive now for the side of Refuse to Die. Hammer Time is going to push up. And they're not displaying any Hammer Time sadness.
No, they're
matter
very
what.
happy right now. Well, here's the thing. River Refused to Die decided to make a really cool attack, but their timing was way off. So what happened is they had 2 different portions of their unit just collide with a full force Hammer Time. One at a time, and you lost 2 5100s, well, one 5100. The other one's just in water. He should just drown. Just do it, Anubis. And it's not worth it. Poor
One
Anubis.
more shot, and he goes. And
Yep, that's cap.
battle number 1. We'll go to Hammer Time. Wow.
That hurts.
I think that's the fastest play on Abby I've ever seen, besides a flag
Uh,
cap from Simple Tankers.
No, that was even slower. That was fast. That was probably it. I mean, how long did that battle last? Not long at all. Poor Refused to Die. They made a cool move right up the middle, but Hammer Time saw that. They saw Two 1390s are coming around behind us. Well, just go forward. And when they did that, it was easy.
Was able to do the most damage. You got 7 for 7 in her 5100. Nice play.
Very well done.
Dry Knits in the other 5100. Keep them alive. 5 for 7. Photo finish of the Pershing did fall, but not before, dealing 6 for 8, 1285 damage.
That's plenty of damage for him.
Hammer time landing the shots, getting the damage out, getting the kills.
Even Zazzy only got 3 shots off, but he got all 3 off, all 3 hit, all 3 penned. Hammer time just being very efficient. Refused to die. Cool strat, yes, but they didn't need to go all the way around to the south to make that flank happen. They could have delayed their attack and gone across the middle into the east. I think that would have been better. Actually, I think I might show you guys what I'm talking about if I get a chance to, if we have time.
Sure.
What's the next map?
The next map's going to be mine. So I'm sure we have at least a minute and a half.
Okay.
So you can start a detail on the Telestrator. First time we're going to see a Telestrator tonight. We've been busy
All right,
talking.
so
Let's go ahead and show what's going on.
Instead of going around to the south like this, you see this incredibly long distance you have to take. I think they should have gone across the East Valley like that. And if they'd done that and delayed it a few seconds, just a few seconds to the point where your opponent has gone to about right, then you just make the timing happen, and there you've got a perfect flank. You've got him in a crossfire with the way hammer time was going. And also, you may have avoided getting spotted by the 1T1 that went here. He may have not spotted. I think he probably would have, but there's a possibility that you avoid that. That's just what I think of that whole strat. Just little things might have changed it all, given them a victory, instead of really, really rough defeat.
Quoting Tallahassee from Zombieland, it's the little things.
It's true.
Gotta appreciate the little things.
Always.
Great film.
What about
Mine's
Twinkies? Such delicious.
Do you think the whole Hostess or ending the Twinkie thing was just a marketing campaign for people to buy Twinkies?
That would be... Part of me says yes.
Twinkie Illuminati.
Part of me says, you're right, Clutch.
Hey, it's a smart marketing campaign.
It's both parts.
It
of me
worked
saying
for
you're
Chuck. Well, I mean, Chuck actually, there was starting to getting canceled, but then Subway moved in and started sponsoring the show.
Right. There you go.
Pretty cool. Great
If
show,
only
by the
they'd
way.
done that with Firefly.
Why'd you have to bring that up, man? Tears are going to start flowing.
I felt it, and I had to express
I
myself,
know.
Clutch.
You know what's crazy is Nathan Fillion plays James Ryan. Not the Matt Damon James Ryan, but the other James Ryan they think they found in Saving Private Ryan. Do you know what I'm talking about? And he's just like, all your brothers are dead. And then he starts
Yes.
breaking down, and then he starts crying.
I remember that scene.
He's like, but how are they dead? They're all in grade school.
And
they
it's
ask
the wrong
him,
guy.
He's like, no, I'm James from whatever. He's like, we got the wrong guy.
And
And
now
then
we
he
know
starts
you
freaking out, like, how do you know my brothers are okay, you know?
You go back to movies where you didn't realize an actor was in that movie, and
Great-
they played a minor role.
Great
and then
actor
they show
Nathan
up.
Fillion, but that's also such a great scene because he reaches that emotional position of, oh my gosh, my brothers are dead. and it's
Because
hard
he's
for
an
him to get out
awesome
of it.
actor.
That's right. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the battle, guys. Mines. Refuse to Die versus Hammer Time.
Speaking of Hammer Time, Captain Hammer, Nathan Fillion.
That's right. I dressed up as Captain Hammer for Halloween. You can see that on my Facebook. Ladies, form a line.
Calm yourself, Clutch. STA 1s, 2 of them for the side of Refuse to Die with a T69, a 1390, and a WZ-132. On the other side, 2 T69s, 2 1390s, and a WZ-132. World War II Fanatic has an 85. Zazzy with the 100. They're going to meet in the middle and duke it out. I expect World War II Fanatic will lead the way.
I'm going to follow Zazzy in the WZ-132. He's going to be right next to Drynitz. He's actually going to overtake it because he has a faster traverse speed. And here we go. World War II Fanatic crash from Zazzy into the
Poor
side.
Zazzy, he's going to get messed up. And he's down to 271. World War II Fanatic blows the shot.
He misses. World War II Fanatic down to 225. He falls. The T-69's again behind the rocks. And now the push in coming from the rest of the blue team Refuse to Die. And they're going to be behind with that World War II Fanatic tank it down. But Neanderthals.
Ah, that's big. Drynitz could be next, but Fostakid is distracted. Valkyrie Vewaz also looking at Drynitz. Drynitz may not have enough shells, but support is on the way. T-69's driving on up. Photo finish looking for a shot, and Valkyrie Vewaz kills Anubis in the T1. He misses Drynitz, the jukes, and now Fostakid is looking for a target, but Photo Finish is looking for him as well. Bag of Kittens may be able to take down NYPD, and he misses a shot, and NYPD will live and be able to put off shots in return. At the same time, Foster Kid trying to escape. Bag of Kittens on the reload. Bag of Kittens may be able to finish off NYPD, and Foster Kid may be able to come in and finish off Photo Finish.
Drynitz.
What am I witnessing?
Almost completed the
Oh,
reload
but
here.
Drynitz is here. Okay, hero mode, Drynets, he's going to finish this. Bag of Kittens cannot kill photo finish unless he, like, ammo racks him. And that's not probably going to happen.
Drynets lines up a shot right over the turret of a Bag of Kittens. Oh, that one went over the turret. But now he gets the kill from behind. Hired Gun falls, and that's going to be another victory for Hammer Time. 2-0.
Looked so good for Refuse to Die for a second.
Hammer Time came in. They had a couple jabs in them. That little WZ-132 action, just jab, jab, jab. A couple of those T-69s with a bit of a other hook, uppercut, the swing, and then the finish. That's how it happened.
I'll take your word for it, Clutch.
World of Tanks sponsors UFC now, guys. Got to get into the action. I really, really appreciated the, again, T-69 play, behind the rocks, landing those shots, then pushing in. Refuse to Die coming up closer with their tanks instead of trying to engage against those T-69s.
Yeah.
Didn't really go into their advantage here.
Just amazing. Look at that block. I loved it by Refuse to Die. WZ-132 getting a great block, but then he misses a crucial shot. It wouldn't have killed him, but it would have put it slightly closer. Little mistakes by Refuse to Die. It's the little things we were talking about. Now, we get it 1390 will go down. That is crucial. Positioning, keeping your tank alive, HP sharing, not happening for Refuse to Die. Hammer Time, though, gets to come in with the cavalry. They get to bring T-69s in. And then here, STA-1, perfect shots onto a 1390, but doesn't lead his target properly, and he kills his own T1. With that, he will go down. Well-placed shots by T-69. Hammer Time, great job in this brawl. Much better than Refuse to Die. They're in the right place at the right time with the right tanks engaging on each other. It's just well played. And the 1390 runs away. Perfect. He's going to return with full clip. And with the current health pools, Refuse to Die doesn't have a lot to work with. And actually, I like this right here. STA-1 comes and gets that kill. That's nice. I love that. But unfortunately, 1390 is already there. There's just no hope.
Reloaded, Drynets, ready to get those last shots. Well, Hammer Time is now one battle victory away from closing the series. Could they do it, or could this be a huge comeback from Refuse to Die? Both teams well talented. We're actually close enough that we're going to start the next battle, so we're not going to take a break.
Yeah, it's going to be Himmelsdorf, actually. So we've gone Abbey, we've gone Mines. Now we're going to go to a really hard city map, expecting IS-3s, 110s, 5100s, sometimes T-69, but I'm not a fan.
Sometimes. 110.
Sometimes.
I feel there's going to be 110 on both sides.
You think so? Well, Refuse to Die is like the 110. They brought two of them, I think, even, sometimes. I think they brought two before.
Okay. I remember Fulcrum bringing two.
I think Refuse to Die is one of the teams that really favors it as well, if I remember correctly.
I don't want to mix them up with No Limit again.
Yeah, it's all right.
Hey, you remember that guy that did over 3,000 damage against your team? What's he like?
We don't know. I've played with Urtai. He's a good player.
Yeah.
He was on. I think he was on my on the same team for Eurosteel that I was on. Beat out.
What was that like?
Euros?
Can you
Like playing 742 to get to Eurosteel?
no? One, the company. It's one of the biggest steel outfitters.
I
in
didn't get to.
Russia.
I didn't get to go.
But the tournament itself.
It was cool.
It's sponsored by
Eurosteel.
Eurosteel, an actual company that builds vehicles. Correct? That furnishes steel for the vehicles.
Yeah, they make
That's awesome.
That's what they do. And they have a tournament. Well, originally 742, before all of this, there was Eurosteel. Happened every year, and we had like two of them, and they were the biggest deal in esports. Of course, for us, we were really new.
You know what? I'd as much as I love Vegas, I would love to host a finals event at a museum.
I wish.
Tanks
That would be
Museum.
super cool.
I think that'd be really neat.
just
Make
have
it a
them
whole
play.
exhibition of a weekend of, hey, here's a video game based on these tanks, and these people are playing.
I think something like that happened in Poland. I've seen a video of that. They interviewed people. They had a cool little tent.
Yeah.
Everything. It was very cool. All by Wargaming.
Let's go ahead and try to make it happen. Let's go ahead and jump into the battle, folks. Refuse to Die versus Hammer Time. Maps Himmelsdorf. I think Hammer Time closes out. I
Well,
think
you-
3-0.
Yeah. I'm expecting it at this point, just with that level of play. Valkyrie Vewas in the 110, two 5100s, two IS-3s. On the other side, two 5100s, three IS-3s, driven by Hammer Time. Hammer Time just playing exceptionally today. Refuse to Die, making some mistakes here and there. Don't know how they're feeling after that, but it can't be good.
No, this is when you start to get in a rut as a team where, oh man, we're down 0-2. We are getting just outplayed. How can we stop this? You have this sense of dread in the pit of your stomach, and it starts to affect your performance subconsciously. But listen, Refuse to Die is a talented team. They were in Season 1. They're back in Season 3. They deserve to be here, and they could come back against Hammer Time. They just have to play really, really tight.
Are you in the
They have
belief
to make all
business?
their shots. I am in the belief business.
All right. Well, if you're in the belief business, then there's a chance.
Well, Anubis getting lit up on the other side is hit. And
Oh, a bag of kittens as well. Not good. Both those 5100s taken down to.
Barry Kitten's got hit?
Yeah,
That's
bag of
blind
kittens.
fire.
He's down. He was in front of Anubis. I guess he got
Wow.
spotted. It just Anubis
Yeah,
got spotted, but a bag.
yeah,
of
Anubis
kittens
was spotted. He disappeared. They fired into where they thought he was, and they were able to get the blind fire.
I bet Hammer Time right now is thinking, where did my shells go? They disappeared. They were right on target. But little do they know, those were connecting with a bag of kittens. So they are in a great spot because these 5100s are going to be needed to treat like little newborn tanks because they're not so good right now.
Littlies.
They're going to run away. Anubis and bag of kittens booking it east as fast as they can. They need to get out of here. They need to make this slow down. Maybe they can bring it to a draw. No, they can't win. They can bring it. If they have to win this, they can't draw it and then take it to a shootout. They don't want that. They've already promised no shootouts.
T1 fight
it's really
happening.
thin.
Close to the tank alley. Zazie was winning the fight so far against Hired Gun in that T1. 67 HP out of 115. Now everyone has disappeared for the side of Hammer Time.
Ooh,
Look
Yep.
at this. Might be a push from Refuse to Die. A couple shots gets a bag of kitten.
Yeah.
Bag of kittens. Plural.
Plural. There's
Zazie
multiple
fought
kittens.
back.
There's not a cat in a bag.
A bag of kitten. Oh. Whoa, Dryness leading the charge. He takes a
Wow.
big hit in the IS-3.
What a push right across the open field. And Valkyrie Vewas has free hits. Puts him into Drynitz. Wow, Drynitz is not in a good spot. Overlord Prime kind of hesitates, and he's going to take a hit from World War II Fanatic. Now Valkyrie Vewas has beautiful haul-down position on this corner, and it's looking pretty bad. Hammer Time's made a bit of a mistake as far as health pools go. I'm seeing this get evened up. Refuse to Die could bring this back if they make the right push at the right time, or if Hammer Time makes the wrong push
At
and
the
makes
wrong
a
time.
huge mistake.
Or the wrong push at the right time for Refuse to Die.
Yeah, a lot of wrongs and rights that can happen to add up to math and
Well,
wins
Photo
and
Finish
stuff,
has
you know?
two shots that bounced off his turret. And he's trying to unload some damage. That shot on the 110 did not do damage, but now he's taking a hit from the left.
From the
From
flame.
far away.
Bag
Bag
of
of
kittens. Free damage.
Nice shot from Bag of Kittens. That is-
Exactly what he needed.
Overlord Prime's going to cover that position. Photo Finish still with the reverse angle. Coming back, shot fired against him. Does some damage, but he returns fire in the 110.
He says, "Don't
Hired
shoot
Gun
me."
falls. Overlord Prime's able to get it. And the T1s now are going to control the West.
We need those T1s.
bounce.
Foster Kid, though, will go down. T1 advantage going to Hammer Time. And with that, we can see cap pressure. We need to see those T1s be taken down
Oh,
in order
Dryness
for
trying to
this to come
lock in
back.
a shot through
And they're
the
going to move.
window.
They're going to push. World War II Fanatic leads the way with Anubis and Valkyrie Vewas in tow. First shots, all of them bounce and miss on Overlord Prime. Not able to make those connections. Now they walk into a potential crossfire. Anubis takes a hit down to 88, looking for a target, but he can't not find one. And Cap begins minute 38.
That cap pressure is another thorn in the side of Refuse to Die. Photo Finish coming around the corner. Corner game's being played. But here comes Neander, the 5100 with the cleanup. She's going to get hit a lot against the 110 in the IS-3, but the 110 now down to 141. Nice play, the 5100, using the IS-3 as escorts, and the IS-3s will push in. 110 bounces a shot. Neander takes another hit against the IS-3, able to land it, and now the IS-3.
But elsewhere, NYPD is taken down, and so a bag of kittens and Colonel Angus could come and join this fight, but it's too late. World War II Fanatic is dead. Now it is 4 versus 2 with 16 seconds left on the cap. Hammer Time has played brilliantly, and because of that, they will 3-0 Refuse to Die.
That was a lot of bounce shots between the IS-3s and the 110s, with a favor win to Hammer Time. 2-1, and the last tank is killed right when the flag capture happens. Hammer Time is able to take the series 3-0. Himmelsdorf proved to be an effective play across the courtyard, and you think about corner games, when to play and what not to play it. A little bit tricky in that scenario, but the IS-3s bouncing back and forth, getting a couple hits. 5100 moves in, fires, kills, moves back, and is able to get a couple more shots damage-wise on the IS-3s that already took some damage.
I'm looking
Great
at this
play.
post game. These post-game stats are looking pretty strong at some points, but here's the thing. Valkyrie Vewas, unable to get penning shots a lot of the time. Anubis gets what he can done, but he goes down too quickly. A bag of kittens, 2 bounces. On Colonel Angus, unfortunately, only able to get 3 shots off. World War II Fanatic gets out 7, but not enough connections there. On the other side, though, monstrous. Hammer time. 7 for 7 on Overlord Prime. 4 for 4 on Drynitz. 10, 6, and 4 for Photo Finish. Not as good, but still, it gets out 1,622. NYPD does a good job. Neander. Now, she bounces some, but the thing is, Overlord Prime, 7 for 7 on IS-3. That is a mountain of damage. That is 2k damage. And actually, it's cut short because 3 kills.
Well played by Hammer Time. And that does it for all the matches tonight. Quick recap of who won. Match number 1 went to #RU in a 3-0 versus the Cazadores. Match number 2, Spurglords versus No Limit, went to win on Spurglords with a 3-0 and 1 draw. Match number 3, a long series between Simp and Cunninghams. The victory went to Simp in a 2-1 scenario with 2 draws. Battle number 4, Nerve versus Top Tier. Top Tier is able to win it 3-0 with 1 draw. A lot of draws tonight.
Yeah.
And the only match, this 2 matches did not have draws. The first one and the final one was a 3-0. Hammer Time versus Refuse to Die. Hammer Time is able to win it out. Whew, fast series in the last one. Fast series at the beginning, but some long series back and forth. Those teams that they had some trouble aggressing against each other.
Well, Hammer Time, though, was decisive.
Very
decisive.
Very decisive.
I liked it out of Hammer Time. They made Mines was fast. Himmelsdorf was decisive. They understood that they could, give up a little bit of hit points just across the open field. The middle courtyard even, very dangerous. I didn't know if that was going to go well for them, but it didn't matter how much damage they took. They dished out way more, making their shots count. Just better individual tanking on the side of Hammer Time. I'm looking out for them. Got a star next to their name. Looking out to see them in our finals.
Exactly. Quick update, real quick. We gave out a week 1. So we're doing it by weeks as well, per week. So the week 1 betting winner went to Zesamite, and he picked an IS-6 for his premium tank. So we're also giving out a premium tank for the week winners as well. Seeing if we have any other tweets that were good. Now, it does it all for the really good tweets that we had today. So thanks again, guys, for participating, and enjoy your gold codes. All you had to do was send us a tweet at WGLNA. And if you told us which team you were rooting for, we would have handed out a code. Tomorrow we'll have another giveaway. All you got to do is follow us on Twitter at WGLNA. Make sure to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/WGLNA. We have a new website coming up. I'll give you more details about that tomorrow night. The website looks pretty good. Stats are up there, along with a really good schedule. Very robust. I'm sure everyone will enjoy it. Final thoughts tonight, Randall?
Good matches from Refuse to Die. Hammer Time. Just so dominant. Really my favorite one.
I think Hammer Time versus Fulcrum will probably be the biggest matchup for the Alpha division.
I agree. Hammer Time looks great right now. What about yourself? What do you think? Highlights?
The quick movement of Hammer Time, how decisive they were. And I would have to say, still watching #RU develop pretty well. That's pretty much the biggest thing.
And I want to know what happened with Blue Boys on Mines. Yeah, what was that?
That's
Blue
the biggest
Boys.
question.
You need to hit me up on
the
Skype or something.
On
Yeah,
Skype.
you
Let
got
us
my
know what
Skype,
happened.
Blue Boys. What was
Let
that?
us know what happened. And Urtai doing over 3,000 damage from last week. Oh man. Well, we always have a good time here at the Gold League. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to catch us tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. So we will continue with day number 2 of week number 2. After tomorrow night, at the end of tomorrow night, we're halfway through season 3. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Crazy.
It's going so fast.
More details about the finals will be announced very soon. Stay tuned for that. And also, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Azel Monitors, available at Amazon.com, Kingston, Alienware, and Razer. And as a reminder as well, please follow us on that follow button on Twitch. If we reach 7,000, we'll give away another premium Tier 8 tank. On behalf of everyone here at the Hero Level Production Studio, he's Rookhill, I'm Clutch. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Good night, and good game.